reading, okay? I wanted to bring back these blends, and I'm just going to go through them, but your job as I say the sound is to repeat it back to me, but leave your mute on so it's not really noisy. I want you to make sure that you're doing these at home, but keep your microphone muted so that everyone can hear on the video, okay? This blend is th. It can also say th, okay? Th, th, or th. We have the words this, that, with. Did you hear how on the end it made a th sound? And at the beginning of these two it made the th sound, okay? Th or th. Ch says ch. Some of you had word study with me before Christmas, and we practiced this blend here. Ch, ch. Chip, chop, chocolate. Tomorrow, when we do these blends, I'm going to be calling on students to read the blend and say all of the words. This one was also in word study before Christmas break. SH says shh, shh. Shark, ship, wash. Do you guys see how you can put it at the beginning and the end? This one's a little bit tricky. PH says like as in fish. It doesn't say p. It can be in the beginning. It can go in the middle of a word also. Phone, photo, gopher. WH is saying w, w. When, where, whip. And this last one is the ing brothers. ING, it stays together always, and it says ing. See how it's at the end of your word. Ring, sting. Ooh, we have a blend here too. St, king. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to be calling on friends to help me say these blends, okay? So today for reading, our storybook is new, but our strategy is review. We're going to be talking about how important it is to get ready for our reading adventures, okay? We're going to be practicing taking a sneak peek at our story, so that's the review part, okay? We're going to find out where our characters go and what they do, okay? I'm going to pull that book up on here and show you the title. Our story is called Iris and Walter and the Field Trip. So today, as we practice our strategy of taking a sneak peek, we want to be focusing on a couple of things. We want to be looking at the setting and the characters. Now, if you remember what a setting is, can you raise your hand? What does setting mean? Ooh, Mason, you are the first one to raise your hand. Can you tell me what the setting is?
Where the person is and
You're exactly right, Mason. It's where it's happening. Do you remember that from last year?
yeah.
We talked about that. The setting is, when I always had you guys repeat it back, the setting is where it happens or where it takes place. Nice job, Mason. That is super impressive. Awesome job. So, as we do our sneak peek, we're going to be checking out the setting of our story and figure out where they are, where they're at. I also want to know who is in this story, okay? I can examine the title and figure out parts of this, okay? Iris and Walter and the field trip. Okay, So, Xander, who might some of my characters be in this story? So, if I'm talking about characters, by just reading my title, who might be in my story?
Iris and Walter.
Nice job. So, my two main characters are probably going to be Iris and Walter. And I'm just guessing that this is probably Iris, and that's Walter. I don't know if these fish are going to be big characters of the story, but that's why we're going to do a sneak peek. Okay, my next question is for Jose. Jose, where do you think this story is happening, or where is it going to take place? The setting.
In the ocean.
You think they might be at the ocean? I like that. Let's go down to the next page and see if we can get some more ideas. So they're going on a field trip, and I was able to see that by looking at the title. Written by Alyssa Hayden Guest, illustrated by Christine Davenier. So we have a person who wrote the story and then somebody who drew the pictures. I love these illustrations. So there's an octopus, and I see those same kids from the beginning of the book. And look, there's a title page with our author and illustrator again. So right now, boys and girls, we're doing our sneak peek. Ooh, okay. So this page is really important. Who remembers what it means if we have these numbers here? The 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4. Not the page numbers, but something else is really important right here. Zayden, can you tell me what's happening here?
Like doing something in the book?
Yes, and so things are going to be changing. Remember when we read Zelda and Ivy and we had 3 different parts here? We had 3 chapters. Okay? So, Zayden, how many chapters are there in this book?
4.
4 different chapters. And then they put the page number here to let us know when that chapter starts. Okay? So as we are getting ready for our reading adventures, it's super important that we examine all of these pieces of our books. Okay? So far we know the title, we know the illustrator and author, we know who some of the main characters are by reading the title, and we know that they're somewhere near the ocean or in some sort of water, and Jose helped us find that out. So let's keep doing our sneak peek and see what else we can find. Okay. So, we don't have any words yet on this page except for this word right here. Aaron, what is this word? Fish. Nice job. So, we have a grown-up here, and then we have some kids down here, and it looks like she's teaching them something. So where do you think the setting is for this page? Who can raise their hand and tell me the setting here? I see a blackboard in the background, and I see some markers. And they're all sitting around at the carpet, it looks like. So where do we think this is happening? I'm going to call on somebody that's raising their hand. Petra.
It looks like they're in a classroom.
It does look like they're in a classroom. So, I noticed something in the title. It said, and the field trip. So this must be a class of students and their teacher, and they must be going on a field trip somewhere with lots of fish and lots of sea creatures. So do you guys see how we're getting ready for our next adventure by looking through and doing a sneak peek? I'm going to pause really quick. Okay, I would like for you guys to get out your booklets that I sent home in your packet, okay? I'm going to show you what those look like. If I pull up right here, I have this book for yellow class, and it says, why does an octopus need 8 arms? And there's a question mark here. So we have to make sure that we use that question voice. If you are in green, we have Go Animals Go, and this book here that says Book B. Okay? So I'm going to do exactly what I did last time. I'm going to put hands down, and then when you have your book ready, I want you to use the raise hand button. So you either have Go Animals Go, or you have why does an octopus need 8 arms? Petra's ready.
I don't have any of them.
So Zayden, your packet is here at the school. So it didn't get picked up. So what I would like for you to do is ask whatever parent is there with you if you can get your packet this week, okay? And if you can't, you can get it tomorrow when you come to the school, okay? So that's why I have them up on the screen, so that in case you can't find your book, you can always read off of my screen, okay? I see Mason's ready. His hand is raised. Cadence is ready. Sophia's ready. Thank you guys for being ready. All right. We're going to get started because we only have 10 minutes and I want to make sure we get through both books. Okay? So, the first time that we go... I'm sorry, what?
Is this our last meeting?
Nope, you guys still have math with me or Senior to Garcia, and you still have writing. So we still have a couple more classes today, okay? All right. This is the first time that we're going through the story. And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you following along with me as I read. And we're going to just follow along together. So as I move my finger across the screen, I want you to be reading in your book. Then tomorrow, I will be calling on you guys to read the story. Keela, do you have a question?
I can't find my packet.
Okay, so you're going to follow along on the screen with me, okay? And then I want you to go look for your packet later, okay?
Okay.
Because you're going to need it for math today and for writing.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so this is yellow class book. Green class, you're going to be watching. Yellow class, I want you following along with me in your book with your finger, okay? Why does an octopus need 8 arms? And then we have our title page. Why does an octopus need 8 arms? First page. This one should be super easy to read because we've already said it 2 times through. Why does an octopus need 8 arms? The first arm is for brushing her teeth. The second arm is for combing her hair. The third arm is for playing catch. The fourth arm is for giving high fives. The fifth arm is for holding an umbrella. So there's lots of tricky words in here, but we can always use those strategies we practice in reading to help us solve those words. The sixth arm is for carrying a bag. The 7th and 8th arms are for giving hugs. And then if we look, oh, they don't have it on this book. I want to go back through and look at those words for ordering, okay? So we have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, okay? So if you ever get stuck on a word, remember that they're counting in order, and they're also keeping track on the arms. So this one says fifth, and it's a little bit hard to see, but it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go and see if 4 is a little bit easier to see. 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to be reading this story again tomorrow, but I'm going to call on friends to read through it with me, okay? All right, yellow, now you're going to just sit and listen. Green, make sure you have your book out, and I want you to follow along with your finger. I have you guys do this with me because this is the first time we're reading the story, so we're going to read it together. Go, animals, go. Go, animals, go. Now, I see a goat in a boat. I see a duck on a plane. Is this fiction, like fantasy, where the animals can do things that humans can do, or is this a real story? Elias, can you tell me if this is fiction, like a fantasy story, or is this something that real animals can do? Cadence, can you help out Elias?
Real animals don't have hands. What do you think they can do? Can they ride, or can they do different things? They don't have hands.
Yeah.
How would they do things that people do?
So Elias, is this made up or is it real?
I think.
Made up. Nice job. Cadence, I really appreciate how you helped out Elias. You did a really good job being teacher. That was excellent. So this is a fantasy story. It's made up because cows don't drive cars. All right. The cow is in a car. This story has a lot of our word wall words, so these are ones we're going to know in a snap. Remember that I have that link on the schedule so that you guys can practice your sight words at home. The pig is on a bike. The goat is in a boat. Ooh, that one rhymes. The dog is on a train. The bird is on skates, like rollerblades.
My sister has those.
Does she?
Yeah.
The duck is in a plane. The cat is on a horse. Oh, we have two animals here. Go, animals, go. And that's the end of that story. So before I let you guys go, your job today is to take your book that I sent home, and I want you to read it through 1 or 2 times to a grown-up. And you can record that on your reading log, that you read that story to a grown-up. Maybe you read it to a big brother or a big sister. I want you to do it 2 times, okay? All right.
Okay.
You guys have 30 minutes until math class. This is a reminder that green class, you are with me all week in English, and yellow, you are with Senorita Garcia, okay? So you have math in your Go Math book. So at 10 o'clock, you need to make sure that you have it ready and that you have a really good pencil and that you are really, really focused, okay? Make sure that you are showing respect throughout your meeting. And for green class, we're going to go a little bit slower today because this is your first day with Go Math books, okay? You guys will have homework, so make sure that you are following along with your teacher so that you know exactly what pages you have for homework, okay? So we are